Romo mar jokanyo mawuok e riwruoge mopogore makedo ne ratich oganda dhi mbele mbalariany ma Catholic University e bore Nairobi. Wawinjane kaka jakom mar LSK Faith Odhiambo loso.
Serious with holding rogue police to account. We used to have the internal affairs unit. We don't know how much work they're doing that they can also help in the investigations to ensure that members of the public can gain back that confidence that if you go to report your case, you will not be called at the side to be threatened, or your loved ones won't be threatened, or you may end up disappearing as well, because that's the biggest challenge we're having, because without evidence, we cannot support cases for prosecution of those perpetrators.
If the revelation of Mama Rex this morning is anything to go by, do you see any possibility of the families that lost their beloved one getting justice? And if not, what are you doing as LSK to ensure that these families get justice?
As LSK, what we are trying to do is collect information, collect evidence. We're trying to also, where IPOA reaches out, to ensure that IPOA is able to get a hold of some of these victims who want to report their cases. We're trying to connect them with the counselors as well, through the various civil groups that are offering counseling services, and the doctors as well that are trying to support, so that they can gain the courage to be able to tell their story, to be able to share those experiences, and that we can try and at least ensure that we hold some of these policemen to account. The challenge also that is still there is, as Mama Rex spoke about not being able to get a bullet, and you know the bullet can help you identify which gun and to which police officer that rifle belonged. And so those are the continued concerns that we are having, and we're also asking the hospitals to be a bit more responsible with regards to how they are collecting evidence and information, because if there was a bullet, then they need to tell us who did they give access to, that now that bullet actually disappeared, because it's only through those concerted efforts that we can be able to ensure that there's justice for these families. And, you know, the goodwill can only start from the state. And so if the state is able to show goodwill, that some of these families can actually get justice, then we can now start working towards rebuilding our nation and moving together as one Kenya.
Given that we are still experiencing or witnessing cases of abductions by those who are purported or rather being pictured as the faces of demonstration, from where you stand, will this come to an end, and how will it come to an end? The issues of abductions are still going on in the country?
Well, my added hope and belief is that it would come to an end. We have continued to raise concern, and that's why we also work with our different partners to also tabulate and share information that we get with regards to the number that have since disappeared. Also, in light of the theme of today's Citizens Assembly of Digital Activism, I want to thank all the members of public who have consistently shared stories of people that have disappeared, and that pressure has been able to help us either identify, get those people, and also raise noise and clamor that no one disappears without there being sufficient noise with regards to the same, so that we can ensure that no one goes missing from the radar and nothing is said about it. Because that social media pressure, that activism on the digital platforms has helped us save some. We have not been able to save others. But with that continued activism, then we'll be able to collate, know the numbers, track who has disappeared and where, and therefore we'll be able to hold the government accountable and ensure that no man disappears without us raising hue and cry and trying our best to ensure that they are safely brought back home. Well, with the few cases that we have been able to get, there are witnesses who saw, who were able to identify or feel they can share their story to a certain extent. However, some of them, what happens is weeks to meeting with the IPOA, or after reporting to the police, they go cold or they're scared. They're saying that they have been warned. One even told us that he was told that if he appears in any police station, they will know, and so he's not ready to appear before any police station. And so the challenge is, how can we use the criminal justice system to protect people, to ensure that they're able to come forward? And some, because of trauma, they want to take time to just go through the motions and feel, once they feel comfortable and safe enough, is that this when they will come out and they'll be able to do statements. And so the problem is it's taking longer because, people as well need to be comfortable to present their evidence, to be able to present their case. But I believe with time we'll be able to share, and once we get hard evidence, then we can table it. With regards to the videos, yes, there's the videos that Mama Rex has showed, but the challenge is the video cannot help you identify who shot. And so you see someone shooting in the air, but the video does not cannot show exactly who shot. So unless we get maybe closer CCTV images that can directly show who to who. And you see, it's normally fortified with the evidence of the bullet that can be able to sustain exactly. Even for the example, the journalist who was shot, it was a moving car, so you can't identify exactly who. And so those are the challenges in terms of, even as you'll be able to table evidence, will it be concrete enough to ensure prosecution? Yeah.